If you need an education for the road that lies ahead, and you want to run life's race like Kentucky Thoroughbred, for much more opportunity, come to Morehead State, and you'll be soaring higher, be part of something great. Come to Morehead State.
Well, thank you, friends. It's so nice to see you here this evening. Right now, I'd like to welcome to the stage our university's president, Dr. J. Morgan. You can use this one.
Center stage, right? Center stage. Yes, sir. How about a round of applause for these folks? Let me, on behalf of MSU, welcome you here tonight for a wonderful performance. I know you're in store for a very nice show. I'm here tonight for two reasons. One is to pay tribute to our students who have worked hard all year long. Wonderful students. We have students not only locally, but abroad. So our program really has some international flavor to it. The second reason that I'm here is a little bit more special, and I can see Jim Shaw down there. And Dr. Wayne Andrews is somewhere here as well, so I want to make sure that they're noted here in just a second. Second reason that I'm here is to recognize a special gentleman, and I use that word with an underline on it, gentleman. Raymond McLean has been a wonderful individual to work with. I've begged him not to retire, absolutely begged. I chased him out the door to reception a couple of months ago, trying to talk him out of it. But certainly respect his wishes to move on. In doing so, I want to say that in all of my years of working with people, there are people that come to a university to get a job, and that's okay. There's some people that come to a university and establish a career, 20, 30-year career, and that's okay too, and desirable. But there's some people that come and build a legacy. And this gentleman, Raymond McLean, has built a legacy, not only at his prior institutions, but certainly at Morehead State University. So tonight, I would like for you to give a rousing, standing ovation for the work that this gentleman has done over many years in building a legacy. I do want to pay tribute and also give some credit. I think I see Dr. Wayne Andrews, former president, down here in the front row. Dr. Andrews deserves, I think, probably most all the credit for bringing Raymond here to MSU. And then also I see Jim Shaw and his wife over here. So thank you. And Raymond and Jim worked together for many years and certainly will be lifelong friends. You know, if you open up the dictionary and you look for the word legacy, you're going to see a picture of Raymond McLean there. So, as Raymond finishes out the rest of this career, please continue to help me beg him to stay. And maybe we can turn him around. But if we can't, I have promised him, and we've shook hands in blood, that we will replace him, and this program will look for the best individual we can to hopefully let the program live on and live up to this guy's big shoes.
All
so
right.
With that again, Reverend McCray.
So much, Dr. Morgan. That's very kind, very nice, kind things that you said. But in reality, the pictures that will be there beside Legacy are not mine. They're these faces behind me, and these faces all in the audience here, and the team that has worked together, and the students that have all worked so hard. That's, in reality, that's the real blessing and the real legacy, and thank you very, very much. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun, and at this moment I'd like to introduce you to the people who are going to be your hosts for this evening, Andrew Preston and Ruth McLean.
Thank you so much, Raymond. It is such a special evening, and we're thrilled that you all took the time and effort to be here and share this special night with us. Andrew Preston and I get to be a part of this sharing and leading you through this journey of what the students have been doing this semester. This finale concert is so exciting. It's what we all work toward the entire semester. And Andrew's going to tell you what's going to happen next.
Well, lots, probably, but to kick things off is a very special group. This group has traveled all over the world, to the People's Republic of China, through Europe, all across the United States, and international students are part of it as well. And it's a really wonderful group, and they really represent the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music very well. So please make them welcome under the direction of Raymond McLean, the Mountain Music Ambassadors.
The young lady playing the 5-string banjo is from Rising Sun, Indiana, Kendall Potter.
Here's one called Banjo Picking Girl.
Montana, aren't you, Kendall?
Yes, I am. I've got an internship out there for about 3 months this summer, so I will be in Montana.
How many acres are you taking care of?
I'm working in about a 1,000,000-acre ranger district.
In a 1,000,000-acre, how many people are going to be out on the trail with you?
Just me.
Tell me, are there any bears in Montana?
Yes, there's.
Well, when you come back, we need to sing Old Slewfoot or something like that. Okay. Well, the young lady in blue with the fiddle is from the state of South Carolina. Her name is Haley King. Now, if you listen to Morehead State Public Radio on Saturdays and Sundays, we have some wonderful traditional music programming. And Haley hosts a radio show called Sounds of Our Heritage.
Well, I co-host it with Raymond.
Well, so far, you're going to take it over by yourself now, aren't you? It's going to be really something to think about all this going on over here. You know, I'm going to miss it a lot, but I won't be too far away, to be honest. I kind of love this. Samantha Cunningham walked through the building just a little while ago. So nice to see her. Tyler Mullins was here, and some of our former students. Becky Alfrey is here, and Russ Farmer, and I'm just looking around and noticing. Michelle! Are you here, Michelle? Yeah, Michelle Canning. Hi, Michelle. Michelle, I think you've got more fans here than I do. And let's see, I saw Megan here, Megan Bryant here. Hi, Megan. And so many of our former students are here. You're not really a former student yet, though. You finished all your traditional music degree, but when do you graduate with your education degree? A year from now. She's a double major. So is she a double major in Spanish and traditional music. But I was thinking about Samantha Cunningham, because Samantha has sung this particular song from this stage before. And what are you going to sing?
I'll sing a song called I'll Be on That Good Road Someday.
All right, kick us off.
Now
Ruth, do you know what my favorite thing about the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music is?
Oh, please tell me.
All of the different kinds of music. Because I can't even remember all of them sometimes. There's gospel, there's country, there's shape note singing, there's bluegrass, of course, which is where I'm leading to with this. Because bluegrass really represents our region so well, and it really represents the center really, really well. It was born here in Kentucky, and it exemplifies this region. And I love that about the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. I love that you can hear all of it.
It's true, and there are some kinds of music that don't even fit into a category. But this tonight we have, under the direction of David Austin Tackett, we have the Morehead State Bluegrass Band.
Isaac Daniels? Yep. You got that banjo ready for everybody, don't you?
I think you know.
So this first song is What You've Been Waiting For. Here we go. I pulled into Nazareth, I was feeling about half past dead. I just needed a place where I could lay my head. I said, Mr. Can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand, and that was all he said. Take a load off, Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Annie. And put the load right on me. I picked up my bags. I went looking for a place to hide. But then I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can't stay around. Take a load off, Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Annie. And put the load right on, right on.
trying to play this song out in public for a few times now, and we just got really unlucky with the weather. I think it has to do with the title of the song. It's called Rain and Snow. So. And that happened every time we tried to play. So good thing we're inside and it can't get us, allegedly. But it's an old Del McCurry classic, and here it goes.
You just heard the wonderful Tom Lynn on mandolin. Over here we have the wonderful Clark Gilmore on guitar. Please heard The Waves by Curry over here. Pretty white. Alright, and over here you've heard Kendall Potter on the banjo. And I am Josh Yakima, here to sing a song called Walk Beside Me.
called Bye Bye.
under the direction of Austin Campus. That's the Morehead State Bluegrass Band. All right. You know, one of the things I love about being in this part of the country is our music community. And I was with my students up at, and Ruth, up at Bud and Paula Hinton's on Sunday afternoon, and they gave us the opportunity to open for Darren and Brooks Aldridge. That they have such a wonderful group, and thank you very much for giving the Mountain Music Ambassadors the opportunity to do that. I love the way I see Sticks right here. Richard Rogers is very close by. I see a lot of people that are part of this music community. And one of the things that I said on Sunday, it just occurred to me as I was looking at the crowd, and I still believe it right to this minute, that our music community is strong. This music is the lifeblood of our mountain culture, and it includes everyone. And whether we're living here in Morehead, Kentucky, or whether we're living in Ohio, or South Carolina, or Pennsylvania, or Japan, or Hungary, or any number of places around the world, if you love this music, you're part of our community. And it includes people that have passed on, and it includes people that haven't been born yet. It includes all of us. And it's strong, it's powerful, it's stronger than a lot of things that seem to divide us. And that's one of the things I love about the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. We celebrate this, and it has been from the beginning. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, we all went to the funeral of a dear friend, Ron Dobler. And Ron Dobler was an important part of this community, and it also includes people like Sandy Knipp, who was the first director of the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and Don Rigsby, and it will include the next director. And it includes some folks that I'm very proud to introduce right now. This is Harvey Pennington.
It was on the 24th day of last March when this community and this Kentucky Center for Traditional Music lost a true and passionate friend by the name of Ron Dobler. Ron was 88 years old. His wife predeceased him by about 1 year. I'm sure a lot of you remember him. At the time of his retirement from the faculty of MSU, Ron held the position as chair of the MSU English department. But in addition, Ron had many other roles. He was a wonderful musician with banjo, dulcimer, and jaw harp. And he was ready to play them at any time. Along with Leo Blair, Sandy Knipp, and Steve Rigsby, he was one of the original members of the old White Horse String Band. And he was always ready to tell his stories. He was a great storyteller. And in addition to adult audiences, Ron loved to entertain local grade school kids, middle school kids, high school students, or young people even at the Mary Todd Lincoln House in Lexington, Kentucky. He told them the Jack-Tail stories about the frozen candle and the split dog, and you should have seen some of those kids when they were listening to the split dog story. Ron also loved to entertain special needs kids and other students at Christmas time. For older audiences, Ron, from memory, could passionately quote an old English ballad of extraordinary length. A few years ago, Dr. Cynthia Schneider, there she is. A few years ago, Dr. Schneider, I call her Coach, thought it might be a good idea to perform music every other week for the patients at St. Clair Hospital. Can you imagine being a patient and then we walk into the room? Ron was one of the charter members of that thrown-together hospital band, which he called the St. Clair Strut and Strum Society. Ron continued to play with that bunch even while he was in a wheelchair, and he quit only when his physical condition would no longer permit it. One other thing that you need to know about Ron: he was never afraid to take a stand if he thought a wrong was being done to another person. I know that personally. He was a true friend to those of us lucky enough to know him, and a great supporter of the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. Now, in his honor, what is left of the St. Clair Strut and Strum Society will perform a song that Ron always loved. It's called Angelina Baker, and he taught this to his sons on the banjo, and he taught it to me on the banjo.
Angeline, I know. I wish I married Angeline 20 years ago. Angelina Baker, age of 33. Children playing around her feet and a banjo on her knee. Bought Angeline a brand new dress, neither black nor brown. It was the color of the stormy cloud before the rain comes down. Angelina Baker, the loveliest woman alive. She tells me that she's 23, but I know she's 45.
Thank you. Wasn't that a treat? I love that. I love seeing the support that we all have, and it's great to be back in person. We've done so much during the last couple of years online. We've had online courses, including lessons and even ensemble. We've done online, and it's great to be back in person. One gentleman that I've been inspired by during the time of the pandemic, when some focused on things that we can't do, there were some that focused on things we can do, and found actually creative ways to carry on with music, even during the pandemic. And that's this gentleman, Andrew Preston. Andrew. Tell them a couple things that you did during the pandemic. And I heard some nice recordings.
Yeah, sure. So, we were all sort of limited to being stuck in the house. So I built a little home studio and recorded with my band, AP Harbor, which has a lot of the alumni from here, Melissa Caskey, Matt Halloran, Wyatt Smith, and then a lot of the other alumni have sort of collaborated with us as well. Michael Jarvie, Michelle Canning will be recording on one. All sorts of, it's a big collective, and I thought that was a really nice way to keep everyone in touch during such a divisive time. So it's all being released as 7 records of original music, featuring lots of different singers and players. So you can find that online at apharbormusic.com. So another really great thing about the for traditional music, speaking of original music, is this marriage that it has between our roots and what's currently happening in the world of traditional music, which is old and new. And Scott Miller, who is the director of this next band, the MSU Country Band, is exemplary at bringing these old-time country songs into the modern. So please make them welcome, the MSU Country Band.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The first song was instrumental, so you understood the words, right? How many understood the words of the second song? Yeah. Yeah. Tell them the name of the song and tell them what it's about and who wrote it.
Actually, it's a poem from a really famous Hungarian poet. And the music, it's from a famous band, the Rocket Jam, our mentors, and we learned it from them. And it's about a love triangle. Love triangle between a bandit, a bartender, and her daughter.
Everybody right now is on Google saying, translation. Love triangle. Sounds like a good story. So we've been to Nashville. Hot guitar, telepic. And what about the cymbal?
Yes, yes,
So now we're going to do some Eastern Kentucky. We're going to do some Keith Whitley.
Yeah, boy.
To sing some Keith Whitley, we have our drummer Aaron Stevens from Greenup County, Kentucky. Great tenor singer. Keith Whitley did a song in key of A, E. We're doing an A. This boy sings high.
All right. As many of y'all might know, there's a bit of pollen in the air this time of year, and it's affecting me at this time, which is perfect. So excuse me while I do a quick vocal on that.
Just a little bit more.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Well, there's a cloud don't mean there's rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's rain.
And Stephen's back there on the piano. So I think I'm going to introduce the band with y'all. Over here on this side, we have our incredible rhythm guitarist and band leader, and he's also my father, Scott Miller. Back here on the singing Alan Mustache. Over here on fiddle is Dezo Attila. Over here on the upright bass, holding it down, is Morehead students. Stephen's back there on the drums, and we're bringing out 2 new members. We got Trent Little, which you heard from earlier, on the alto saxophone. But we have our tenor player over here. His name's Brad Williams. This is his last school concert of his entire college career, so y'all make it a good one for him.
Elijah Miller. I've known him longer than anybody else. Really proud of him. Hey, y'all want to hear some music from Texas? I wasn't thinking about Stevie Ray Vaughan. That was good. Elijah's mom, Connie's from the state of Texas. Any other Texans in here? She's the only one, because if there were, they would all let you know. You can tell a Texan, you can't tell them anything. We're going to dedicate this to his mom. It's a George Strait song. Any George Strait fans? I graduated from Morehead State in 1987, and I moved to Dallas. And one of the coolest moments that I ever had when I was like, now I'm really in Texas. I was at a club in Deep Ellum in Dallas with the Sleep at the Wheel playing. It's during the dance craze, and it was alright. So we're going to do this in that vein of the Sleep at the Wheel. Bob Wills, George Strait. Pick it off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Got to have an ace in the hole. The secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, and we all play. You got to save something for a rainy day. You got to learn to play your cards right. You expect to win.
never stood with my mouth agape for so long during a performance. That was wonderful. There are some things that I wanted to say on behalf of the alumni who graduated from the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and also everyone else who has been touched by Raymond McClain through this program. And there aren't enough words to really say it, but I think anyone with ears and eyes can hear what Raymond McClain has accomplished professionally and musically throughout his life and throughout his time directing this program. But even more than that, he's been a mentor and a friend to every student who has passed through here, and every friend of every student who has passed through here. And I wish I could pile all of them onto the stage and just tell stories one by one, and you would sit here all night, but then you would also have stories, and so we could just cycle through. But of course there isn't enough time, so I'll leave you with a short story about this song. I don't know if Raymond remembers this, but a few years ago, I was having a really rough day, really bad go of it, and so I thought, I'll walk down to the Traditional Music Center and see what's happening. And it was completely empty, except Raymond was just standing there in the hallway. And I thought, well, that's odd, because it was a Monday afternoon. And I said, hey, what's going on? Without even telling him that something was wrong, he said, come sing with me. Took me into his office and we sang this song. So we'd like to do it for you tonight.
When I stop dreaming, that's when I'll stop loving you. The worst that I've ever been hurt in my life, the first time I ever have wanted to die, was the night when you told me you loved someone else, and you asked me if I could forget. When I stop dreaming, that's when I'll stop thinking of you. I'd be like a flower unwanted in spring, alone and neglected, transplanted in vain, to a garden of sadness where petals would fall in the shadow of undying pain. When I stop dreaming, that's when I'll stop wanting you. You may teach the roses to bloom in the snow. You may take a pebble and teach it to grow. You may teach all the clouds to return to the clouds, but you can't teach my heart to forget. When I stop dreaming, that's when I'll stop crying for you.
It's such an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to stand here and look around the room and see some of our graduates like Andrew Preston and Michelle Canning, I was just saying a minute ago, and so forth. And I can imagine how it must feel for Jim Shaw and Wayne Andrews to look around the room and think of all the lives that they have touched and all the people that they have mentored and inspired. Jim Shaw and Cindy Shaw are sitting right here, and Jim was my boss for the first, 7 or 8 years that I was here at Morehead State, and I'm so grateful. learned so much about administration from him. His administrative style is amazing. In the first place, he cares deeply about everyone that's involved, and he has this wonderful philosophy about. Of course, Jim is a retired jet fighter in the jet pilot in the Air Force, and he was one of those guys like top 10. He was in charge of the flight sale program in the Air Force, and then in charge of the development, the advancement for the Air Force Academy, and then he came here to Morehead State because he wanted to, not because he needed to. He came here because he wanted to. And I learned so much from him. His philosophy about administration was that if you have a squad of fighters that are going out on a mission, you've got somebody else that's at 30,000 feet that's looking down to make sure that nobody interferes with them and that they're able to do their job. And that sense of guidance and supervision and support it was very strong and affected me deeply, and everyone that is doing. Jim Shaw, I'm very glad you're here. He said he didn't want to say anything tonight, but we appreciate you so much. And Cindy, all that you've done for us, thank you very much, both of you. And I'll tell you another thing. All the time that he was my boss, he made sure that I did what I was supposed to do too. And if I didn't, he came and told me about it. As you should. And it was wonderful. Thank you, Jim. And Wayne Andrews, you must be very proud to look around this university and see all the programs that you supported and the things that you cultivated that are still bearing fruit today. And a lot of it is evident right here, sitting in the crowd and on the stage tonight. Our university's president, Dr. Wayne Andrews. I introduced him that way so many times. Dr. Andrews, if you come up and join me. Dr. Wayne Andrews. Because if it were not for Dr. Andrews and Jim Shaw, this program would not be what it is. He's making his way through all the well wishes, all the hands are
No, actually, I have to take my gum out of my mouth and stuck it on the I'll wipe it on the way out.
Save that for later. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Andrews, for everything you did to make this possible.
You're welcome, Raymond. I appreciate so much the opportunity to be with you tonight, and I echo Raymond's comments about Jim and Cindy. Jim was a terrific vice president here, both for development of the place and the money, but also the people. Jim, Cindy, thank you. I can hardly see you, but there you are. Thank you very much. Sue and I were absolutely blessed to come to Morehead State University in 2005. And then a few years later, I was delighted when I got on the telephone and called Raymond, a Kentucky native son, and said, Raymond, Don Rigsby's decided to move back into professional music. How would you like to come to Kentucky and lead the center? He said, well, I've got to talk to Diane, but it sure sounds good. And it didn't take long where they signed up to come back. And look what he and his team and we together have accomplished. I mean, if you think about it, when he came back, we had an associate's degree only. We had a small group of students. We had a small group of faculty that were part-time. We were in the old building on Main Street. It wasn't too much. It was humble, but it was good. It was a good start. And when Raymond came, he looked at what was possible because he understood the history and the culture and the traditions of Eastern Kentucky and our part of the world, and he said, we can grow this into something even better. And so we turned our attention to doing things differently. Students started showing up in suit jackets and no more flip-flops. And they tuned up a little better, and they stood taller. And they performed wonderfully.
And then we were fortunate to acquire the old Brown County Library, and we got money donated from Lucille called a Little Foundation, and we got it matched. And we were able to renovate that facility. And isn't that a great home for the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music? And that enlivened everything. And I remember the day that Michelle Canning and her parents walked in. We were still on Main Street before we moved down here. We were getting ready to do something, right, Michelle? We were singing, having a ball. And that Yankee girl decided to come to Kentucky. And she's still in Kentucky, down there in Nashville. Isn't that wonderful? So let me say a word about Raymond, then I'll quit talking. Raymond and I have been friends for 20 years. He's influenced my family. Jill, my daughter, is a professional singer-songwriter in Nashville. In large measure because of Raymond. He had her in an ensemble group at East Tennessee State and worked with her and encouraged her like he has done with every student. He's encouraged her. Raymond said to me one time, we were talking about somebody or something, and Raymond said, Wayne, I'm for everybody. In the world we live in today, as divided as we are, wouldn't it be nice if we could all turn to one another and say, we're for everybody? Wouldn't that be nice? And it doesn't matter what your politics is, what your color, your religion, your sexual orientation, none of that. We're for everybody. And so that's how I became acquainted with Raymond. He was my first banjo teacher. And boy, I was humble. Still humble. Told him on the phone, I'm not sure where the chords are. I know they're somewhere. He was as patient with me as he was with anybody. Raymond is a wonderful person. And he's married a terrific lady, and Diane, and she has supported him, and she's accompanied him, and she's lifted him up, and she's been the wind under his wings for many, many years. Give Diane a hand. She deserves a lot of credit. So I couldn't be more proud of Raymond and Ruth and what I know about their family, and I know this about Raymond. He's going to be around. He's not going to disappear. And I know the new director, if he or she chooses to invite Raymond in, Raymond will be here to help any way he can. And he won't be telling what to do. He'll be saying, how can I help? And that's the way it should be. And so I thank you for your support of the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. I hope you'll continue to come to the events, press the university to continue to make it better. And that will leave a legacy of Raymond and all those that have come before. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, she does. So I asked Dr. Andrews if we could sing something together, and people have been very kind. You've been very kind to me, and it was never, Sandy Dibb was the same. He offered to help any way he could, and Don and everybody that's been involved with the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, and all the folks that we saw here earlier on the stage. But if we could get all the, Michelle and Samantha and Tyler, would y'all, all the graduates, would you all come, and Thomas and just Austin, come join us and sing along. We're going to sing Kentucky. Are we? Yes, we
Kentucky.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andrews, and thank you, everybody. Michelle Canning, Andrew Preston, Tom Southard, Tyler Mullins, Lauren Napier, Samantha Cunningham, Bailey Tackett, Austin Tackett. It's so good to see you all here. Thank you for coming. I'll have Tom Brogan backstage. What happens next?
Is it how to do?
Everybody throws money at Raymond.
That's right. Thank you, Jim. Oh, this is Erdogan. This is very exciting. The Hungarian exchange students that are here for 2 semesters, and they're going back like in a week. They're going to Nashville first, and they're going to record at Prime Studios in Nashville next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Before that, they and all the Mountain Music Ambassadors are going down to play on Tim White's television program, Songs of the Mountains, which is nationally distributed on PBS. I'm very excited about that. And before that, on Thursday night, the Hungarians are all going to do a big concert of Hungarian folk music up at the Round County Arts Center, and you don't want to miss it. Right now, direct from the mountains and prairies of Hungary, here's Attitude.
To be honest, I wanted to say a few words, but actually Raymond told all the things. So, we would like to play to you 2 medleys from, and this is kind of like a contrast between old time and country music. We would like to play to you a medley which contains like older songs, the whole sounding of it is really rustic, it's really old. And we'll play another medley for you which is kind of like classical and city music influence, but you'll hear it. Both of them will implement the cimbalom or hammer dulcimer, and this is it, right?
Oh,
'Cause
teaser for the Thursday show. How to do? Thursday at the Brown County Arts Center, Raymond said, at 7 p.m., and it's free admission. So I hope everybody will, I'll be there on the front row.
I hope it.
Yeah, it'll be wonderful. Andrew, what do we got next?
So anytime someone graduates or retires or leaves a place, there are always tears, and it's sad. But I think we should all remember that Raymond's retiring to this life of luxury and music is a great thing, and it's a celebration of music and remembering and the future. And so I want everyone to make welcome for the end of the night until next time, the Mountain Music Ambassadors.
Kendall Potter on the 5-string banjo there. Thank you, Elijah Miller. Elijah Miller, thank you so much for coming out to join us and help with Sitting Alone in the Moonlight, singing the beautiful lead there. All the Hungarians and Elijah and Ruth and I are going down to Nashville next week and record that with them on their record. They're making a recording that is representative of everything they've done over the last, as of last August, Anna had never touched a mandolin before. And those of you that were at the mid-semester concert saw Aaron sit down and play a steel guitar. It's not really an easy thing to do. Well, everyone's worked very hard, and they've inspired all of our students from Michigan and South Carolina and Kentucky and Tennessee and all over, and I hope that we've also inspired them as well. Anna, well, you want to sing? You want to sing a song? Okay, what you gonna sing?
I'm gonna sing I Don't Hurt Anymore.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Just to think it could be
say something. Tommy, you haven't had a chance to talk tonight. Tommy Nico.
It's a really big crowd out here tonight. I see some familiar faces. Thank y'all for being here again.
Howdy. I want to thank Raymond for giving us the opportunity to play and just for being a great teacher and to be a great mentor and just somebody that's very wise, and he's been a really good help to all of us.
Actually, he's been the highlight of the past year. I mean, come on. Hi, I'm Tom from Michigan.
Good to meet you. Mom,
The next song we are going to sing is actually one of the gospels we learned from Raymond. You know, when we come here in August, first of all, we did not know nothing about your folk culture. Probably the closest thing was Elvis. I know, don't blame us, okay? We're 7,000 miles, can you imagine? It's and the song we are going to sing right now, it's one of the first gospels we learned from Raymond, and it's called Press On of Gilmore. Go on, yeah.
The song of entering the way of love, stepping with Jesus to that home above. Through every trial you were safely led. Press on up in and there is joy ahead. Press on, pilgrim, by God you must be led. Keep singing, and shouting, glory is just ahead. Keeping your love light shining here below, trusting the one who all blessings flow. Though I am with you are the words he said. Press on up in and there is joy ahead. Press on, pilgrim, by God you must be led. Keep singing, and shouting, glory is just ahead. Be not as careless when the way seems long. Jesus can turn the sadness into song. His dreams eternal are above your spread. Press on, O pilgrim, there is joy ahead. Press on, pilgrim, by God you must be led. Keep singing, and shouting, glory is just ahead. Press on, pilgrim, by God you must be led. Keep singing, and shouting, glory is just ahead. Glory is just
Well, I won't make everybody say something but would you like to say something, Haley? You're very well spoken. And she hosts the radio show, and why don't you introduce the last number? We're going to do a medley of train songs, right? Trains that run through Kentucky and all through the Southland of the United States and through Transylvania and everywhere.
That's right. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. So good to see your faces again. And thank you for coming and helping us celebrate this time that we have with Raymond. And this next song is one that I believe he suggested. I've never heard these two together, but they fit each other very well. It's a medley of The Golden Rocket, and the next one's a surprise.
Oh, my dear Alabama, I live in Georgia, Charleston. You try to win, can't keep a gun down. You jump for noise, but you miss the play, so hit the road and be on your way. Gun for this golden rocket and leave this town. I was a good engine running on time, but maybe I'll switch to another line. So I never made you a single out for me. I'm tired of running on a single track, going home
everybody on the stage. Tyler, come. Michelle, Samantha, Lauren. If Scott's here, Scott, come. Everybody, Ruth, come on. Annabelle and Cree and everybody. And Dr. Andrews, will you come join us as well? And Jim, if you'd like to come stand with us, it would be very nice as well. And we'll leave with what's become our tradition. And Jody Miller, thank you so much for all the wonderful design work you've done and all the things that you've done to help us over the last many years in terms of creative design, creative art. And where's Sarah Mitchell? Sarah Mitchell, are you close by? Where are you? Back there. Sarah Mitchell, thank you so much for everything you've done. She works at the Trailblazer, and she and Olivia, Neil, and also the wonderful young man whose name I think of it as, how fast do you need to know it? Who also were honored today for their scholarship and their wonderful work. And where's John Flavel? John Flavel, are you close by? The man, where is he?
He's over here.
Yeah.
He's over here.
Over here. The man who snaps the shutter tells the news. John Flavel, thank you, sir. And let's see. Jim, come close, and everybody come close. Let's see. Dr. Andrews, if you'd sing the first verse.
What are we singing?
Will the circle be unbroken?
We've been visiting. What you talking about?
Will the circle be unbroken?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's become our tradition. Clark, where are you, Clark?
Over here.
Over there. Oh, yes, sir. Okay, you have a verse you're going to sing. Let's see, where's Tyler Mullins? Tyler, would you sing the second verse? And Lauren, you and Scott sing the third verse, and the fourth verse. Who wants the fourth verse? Somebody tell me you want it.
Make it great! You sing it, Raymond.
Okay, I'll sing it. And then we'll all sing the first verse again. After Clark, you got the fifth verse. Okay. Phyllis, can you give us a kickoff? Ready? Come on. And two.
Standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day, when I saw that first come rolling, oh, carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better
mojo. Perfect story. Will you join me in their bliss? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
You know, this song, it's our anthem. It's the one we always do. We always close with this. And it's, in some ways, a sad song because we feel sad when someone passes from this life. But it's also a lot in it about the circle of life. And there's a lot in it about the way things are. It's the plan. It's the way it's supposed to be. And so as we're passing things on, this is what's important. We have to do that. We have to pass things on, and we want to pass things on. And if we look around this stage right now, and if we look next to us in the seats, if we look around, if we look at the young people that are coming up, and we have all kinds of hope for the future, and we have to have hope for the future, and I do. And we're going to sing together. You all sing with me. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Where's Isaac? Okay, come right here. Ready? Yep. 1, 2.
If you need an education or the road to life,